Hello everybody, today is Tuesday, March 8th, 2016. Today's reading is going to be Psalm 37, 1 through 9. And this is going to be a good reading, and this is a very familiar passage to a lot of people. And I'm going to go ahead and break it down for us. So, it says, "Fret not yourself because of evildoers, be not envious of wrongdoers. For they will soon fade like the grass, and wither like the green herb." So, in these first two verses, David tells us not to worry about what evildoers, if they get rewarded here on earth, even though they didn't deserve it, or if they don't get punished, or if they don't get justice right now. It is not for us to worry about, and we are not the judge of it. But instead, in 3 and 4, it says, "Trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness." So, it's important that we just keep trusting God and waiting on Him, and that we just dwell with the Lord and just try to be faithful to God. See God's faithfulness as well. And then in verse 4, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He'll give you the desires of your heart." So, sometimes we have to know what our desires are. Sometimes we don't even know what it is, and sometimes we have to let God give us that desire. But it's important that we delight ourselves in Him first, and, especially loving God. I mean, that's something that's been for me lately, is just being in love with Jesus because of His sacrifice. It's important to really do that, and now I have the desire to lead people to Christ. 5 and 6, "Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act." Once again, we have to commit our paths and commit our ways and surrender to Him and obey Him, and then trust in Him, and He will act on His timing. It might be hard to do it sometimes because God doesn't always act on our timing. And that's why it's called faith. "He will bring forth your righteousness as the light, and your justice as the noonday." God will honor that. Now, it's not because of our merit, but it's because of our relationship with Him and being pure in heart because of Jesus. But as a response to our salvation and us living for God, He will honor that. 7 is another important one. "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Fret not yourself over the one who prospers in his way, even the man who carries out evil devices." So, once again, it's just important that we not only trust in the Lord and delight ourselves in the Lord, but while we're doing that, we have to wait patiently for God and be still. That's clearly His will sometimes, and sometimes it means actively waiting. Sometimes we have to keep knocking on the door and waiting for Him to answer. But we can't just sit there either. And the second half of 7, don't worry about it says, "Don't worry about the one who prospers in evil ways, or the man who carries out evil devices." So either way, we can't be jealous or envious of other people. And now 8 and 9 says, "Refrain from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not yourself, it tends only to evil." So, but the more we spend time with God, the easier it will be to have the character of God and to not be angry. It's important that we have fellowship with God so that we can have the joy of our salvation. 9, "For the evildoers shall be cut off, but those who wait for the Lord shall inherit the land." And so, overall, I just want to encourage you to wait on God and trust in Him, even if things don't seem to be going your way. We just have to trust that God has better plans for us than we do, and that what He has in store for us will be better than we can ever imagine if we just love Him and follow Him. And I hope that you are encouraged by this, and that you can share it, and that you have a blessed day.